This then is the cup final for the East Kent Youth Football League Alfred Albert Moore Under-18s Memorial Final, this one. It's Ramsgate Football Club versus Highfield United Football Club, and the eager spectators making their way into the ground, getting a little bit of refreshment, and the players warming up prior to the game. A very important game for both of these teams. Both have had to knock out 3 opponents to be here today for this final, which I think was originally due to be played at the ground of Faversham Town, but I think there were problems with that, and very kindly Whitstable Town Football Club stepped in to offer this facility here this evening. Weather forecast is not good, so we're not in our best camera position, but more of that later. An opportunity then to have a look at the atmosphere being soaked up by the players and the manager prior to the game. We visited the Highfield United dressing room.
Jake Murphy, goalkeeper. Daniel Howland, right back. Joe Prummage, left back. Joshua Howard, sub. Robbie McConkey, centre back. Joe defensive captain and defending midfield. Josh Godden, same, defending midfield. Lewis back up front. Callum Arthur's defence, centre defence. Adam Campfield, sub. Matthew, open brackets, Herbie, close brackets, Potterkerry, up front. Joe Edwards, midfield. Joe Breon, midfield. Kieran, substitute. That's your team.
With the stadium then still continuing to fill up, it's time to get the views of both of the managers prior to the start of the match.
I'm with Highfield United football team's manager, John McLaughlin. John, you're the underdogs tonight.
Yeah.
How are you going to? What have you done to take on these giants, as they say?
Well, it's not giants. We've played them twice this season in the league, and we've been beaten twice by them. My boys are only under 17, really, so we're playing in an under 18 league. So anything we get out tonight will be a great result. We've done really well to get to the final. Pleased with the lads. We've done all we can. We won't change our game. We just play our normal game, and hopefully that's enough.
Yeah, and I'll revert to you being as the underdogs, really, but it's because the Ramsgate side, they come from a professional unit, and they're the youth side from there. But your side, you tell us where that comes from.
Well, it comes from the name of a road, actually, in Ashford, and believe it or not, some of the boys actually live on and around that road, and have done and have played for many years. For instance, tonight in this team, there will be 3 players in this starting 11 who started playing for me on the first time when we ever trained when we was under 7s, and they've played through that right through to under 17, under 18 level.
So on that note, how long have you been doing this?
Over 10 years.
And were you the founder of this youth side?
I was the founder of this team, but not the. Obviously, then we became part of Highfield. Yeah, we started off with a different name, but we found our home with Highfield to get in affiliated and to play. But it's just a coincidence that we are Highfield United, and we all, we lived in that area.
On the subject of youth, how important is youth football?
Very important. Without youth football, you've got no football. It's the development stage of all teams, and it has to be done. And fair play to the league. I mean, we've been able to play in this league for many years, and the boys love it. They've loved it, and it's great. There is things in place for these boys to play now. When we were kids, there wasn't these things in place. So in that respect, it's a massive step forward. But it can still always be improved, can't it?
Yeah, of course. Well, something you probably don't know about, just before we came on air as such, I found out that Ashford Town Football Youth Club may be interested in amalgamating with you and helping you through. How was that? Would that help your side?
I'm not sure really. You're talking about a load of mates who play together. It's a bit like a latter-day pub team. Do you see what I mean? They're all guys. The people only get into our side if they know someone, they're friends with them. We don't have people coming in, like we've had people obviously want to come in and play because we're doing a bit better, but we say, we don't really want you. Simple as that. Well, because it's been a friendly-based team. It's been like that since we started, and I see no reason to change it.
Well, thanks, Ashford, but no thanks as such.
Well, you never say never, do you? Yeah. But to be fair, we've always done it in that way. And you don't know what's going to happen in the future, do you? So you never turn your back on anything. But we've come a long way. The boys started off first league we ever played in, we came bottom, at the bottom of the bottom league. Yeah. We've gone all through the divisions. We're now playing the top division, and we've come to a cup final.
What do you attribute that to? Because they must be playing good football to be there.
There's some good footballers, and they try hard, they work hard, and they enjoy what they do, and we get results from it. Hopefully, they can bring it to this stage tonight. We don't know, do we, till they get out there and do it, because these guys have never played in an environment like this before.
So it'll be a good night for all of them then.
I hope so, and I hope they give it their best, and I hope they show what they can do. I know how capable they are. Sometimes nerves get the better of you, don't they?
They do indeed.
But they can play football.
Well, look, we're going to talk to you after the match, and you never know, could be with the cup in your hand, but that's football.
Well, the boys have come to do their best. If it comes and we take a cup away, that's great. As long as they give their best, play to the best of their ability, and the result's a fair one, we'll take that.
All right. Well, look, come to do their best is what John has just said, their manager, but I think Ramsgate should be looking out. I'm now with Dana Penny, who's the manager of Ramsgate FC. Dana, they're the underdogs tonight, but they must have played some good football to get here. Have you got any concerns?
I've got no concerns. No, they've had a really enjoyable season. We've won the league in the first week of January. We've played this team on both occasions, home and away. We had really strong games against them, but we've come on top on both occasions. So things open through tonight's respective. There'll be a big performance for both sides.
Okay, and youth football's ever so important to the game nowadays. What's your opinion on it?
Well, I hope with youth football, I've been involved with youth football for 22 years, and I just want to get it. I want to hear more about it. You see bits and pieces in the paper, but you want to get it. You want the grassroots to generate into to make an all good English side. I know we've got good young players coming through the England ranks, but we've got a new manager at England. We just want to bring the youth through to perform into the Premier Leagues in your first division, your second division, and third division. You just want to impress it. So.
Well, ironically, our new England manager started his career playing for Ashford Town.
Ashford Town, yeah.
So that's where it all develops from, isn't it?
It's the grassroots in this country. If you've got to get up with the Ajaxes in Holland, if you go and see any of their academies, they're pushing it forward. Now we want English clubs to do the same.
Yeah, that's excellent. Now, but back to the game tonight. Are you confident?
I'm a little bit confident, yeah, but with cup finals, the underdogs can come out winners, and the team that's meant to be the winners are going to come out and have a good game. But I just hope we perform, both sides perform, and the crowd will enjoy it.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, Danny. Well, look, I'll speak to you after the match. Hopefully, maybe as the victor, maybe as the loser, but we'll still have a chat.
We'll still have a chat, yeah. Okay. Win or lose, we'll still have a chat. No worries.
Right, well, you heard that.
Have a good evening. Enjoy the game, yeah?
You've heard that. Win or lose, we'll still have a chat. Have a chat with him later.
I'm not camera shy. Okay then, thanks ever so much. I'm not camera shy. No.
Well, that makes a change. He's not camera shy.
And so with the kick-off time fast approaching, the weather so far has been kind to us, and the heavy thunderstorms and rain forecast haven't yet made their way across to the Belmont ground here. The players then come out of the dressing rooms and make their way onto the pitch, and this Memorial Cup Final is very shortly to get underway. And Ramsgate Football Club do start as the favourites for this match. Highfield United weren't expected to get to the final. They are a year younger in age as well, so they can play in the same league next season. But the presentation then of the players, it goes on at all levels of the game these days. There's their match referee, more about him later. But we'll take a look first of all at how the two teams line up for this evening's game. And there they are, and that's the favoured side from Ramsgate Football Club. Squad numbers being used, as you see. And then the subs bench for Ramsgate, just the two names, just Tom Newing and Jack Leahy, 14 and 19 respectively. On then to the lineup for Highfield United. That is their lineup. And again, squad numbers prevalent. No information on the players, unfortunately. So to the subs bench then for Highfield United. And they name one more than their opponents. Josh Howard, Kieran Hunt and Adam Campfield are the players named. That's how they got to the final. Ramsgate beat Herne Bay Youth 5-1 at home, then Bexhanger at home 2-1, and Whitstable Town Juniors at home by 5 goals to 3. And then Highfield United's progress to the final was Ramsgate Youth away 3-2, Thanet Colts away 4-1, and then they beat Dealtown Rangers at home by 2-0. Well, we'll name our match referee then. It's Mr. K. Dempster. Let's hope he has an easy evening.
Couple of words, you two, before we start, okay? You two as captain are responsible for your team, and I'll be responsible for my team, okay? If there's any dissent coming from your team, I want you two as captains to deal with it before I've got to, and I expect you to come in and back me up.
So some pretty precise instructions given to the two captains prior to the kick-off time. Let's hope that that is nicely adhered to. Well, it looks as though it's going to be Ramsgate Football Club that kick us off. Number 12 there is Jack Gunn. And the weather, although looking overcast, thankfully so far the forecast rain is holding off. Pitch looks pretty good for this stage of the season. Away we go then. This is the skipper for Ramsgate, that's Dave Oliver. And our referee, Mr. Kempster, already signifies a free kick for Highfield United. So Robbie McConkey, I think, with the kick there. And this is Lewis back. Going to try and turn it across into the middle. Now here's the skipper, that's Joe Hennessy. That's a decent ball in, and it was Matthew Potticery who was in the middle, and I think the ball bounced off the post and then hit the goalkeeper. Well, that's extremely unlucky there for Highfield United. They could have had an early goal inside the first minute. Two number 10s battling away there, and it's the number 10 for Ramsgate, Dan Tucker, just about nicked the ball away. It's Lewis Attree playing it out wide here for James Olver. This is Josh Wood. 12 is Jack Gunn. He'll try and get his cross in, which he manages. Headed away though at the near post. Cleared away there by Joe Breon. On the chase, Lewis back. Three defenders to contend with, and not surprisingly they managed to just nick it away from him. Had nowhere to turn there. Covered all the angles. Keeper is Jordan Pearce, and Joe Hennessy with the interception, but it's gone straight through to Josh Wood, who plays the long forward ball, but just too far ahead of Jack Gunn. Jake Murphy is the goalkeeper for Highfield United. Josh Wood's header. Joe Breon just cushioning it down for Josh Godden. Jack Gunn has won it, but Joe Breon wins it back again, but then unfortunately didn't manage to find a white shirt with his pass. Throw there for Ramsgate. No, it's not, it's gone to Highfield, must have just taken a nick. Just waiting for the ball to be retrieved at the moment. Once again it bounces off the fence. It's a rather frustrated Daniel Howland that waits to take his throw in. Eventually the ball does reach him. Long throw down the line, up forward towards the 16 Jack Payne. But, it's Highfield again, look to mount an attack, but cut out there by Ollie Sharp. Here he is again, just able to retain it under challenge from Matthew Potticery. Played long by Dylan Harris. Taken down by Jack Payne. The ball rockets behind. Wide of the goal for the goal kick. A lively start here. No tentative manoeuvres from either of these teams, both going forward with some purpose. It's always good to see that. Often you get a very cautious approach to cup finals. No team wants to concede. They all have the emphasis very much on defence, but that hasn't been the case so far in this one. It's Joe Breon. Now Lewis back. He's got support from Joe Hennessy. Here he is. He's got a bit of space here. Gets his, well, he just delayed his cross for a moment and then finally delivered it. It was cut out at the near post by the number 5 for Ramsgate, and that is Bradley Schultz. Well, Schultz, a well-known name in Ramsgate in senior football circles. There's some sort of relationship, family relationship there, no doubt. Lewis back to try to help the ball on, but Matthew Potticarry not able to take it. Josh Wood with the throw for Ramsgate. Let's go down the line. Put it away by Daniel Howland. And, Jack Payne did well there. It's come out wide for Ollie Sharp, looking to get the bouncing ball under control. It just took him a little while and gave the opportunity for Joe Edwards to get close to him. Well, here's Bradley Schultz, a bit boxed in on the line. This is Joe Plumridge with the throw for Highfield. In was Ollie Sharp, but Highfield retain possession here. This is Joe Hennessy. Just couldn't bypass James Olver there. He had to lunge in a bit to retain possession and consequently gave the ball away. They've got it back though. This is Josh Wood. And, out wide, Jack Gunn. Took 2 players to make sure that the ball went out of play there from Highfield, but it's good to see that the defenders helping one another out. Throw here from Josh Wood, looking to put some distance on it. And it was Callum Arthurs that got the header in under pressure at the near post. Matthew Potticarry out wide for Joe Breon here. Trying to make progress down the right. And it's a good tackle back from James Oliver. And he's got himself a free kick here. Josh Wood will take it. Well, it's into a decent enough area, but plenty of white shirts back there to do the defending. It's a Ramsgate throw here. It's James Olver with it. He's found Jack Payne, but he couldn't keep the ball in play, so it ends in the goal kick there rather tamely. Well, that's a decent challenge there from James Olver. He managed to nick it away from Daniel Howland, and now well, that's a good challenge across there from Robbie McConkey. Just made sure that there was no time to get any effort on goal there. Timed his challenge to perfection. A little bit of Ramsgate pressure being applied here though. They've camped themselves in the Highfield half. It's out wide now for Josh Wood. Plays it in the middle, but not enough volume of pace on that. And Ollie Sharp, well, it's a little speculative down the middle. Didn't really catch it right anyhow. That's Dave Oliver to James Olver. Here's Jack Gunn. Just being forced back, but not a problem. It's number 10 there, Dan Tucker, out wide for Ollie Sharp. Played through to Dylan Harris. On a bit of a run here, Dylan Harris. He's done extremely well. Just one man too many in the end, but referee has pulled it back. Just saw a little foul and allowed play to continue for a while, but has brought it back now when no advantage accrued. So it's Josh Wood again that's going to take the free kick. He'll be looking to try and get this one somewhere just outside the 6-yard box, far post, you would think. Up into the air high, and perhaps just a little too much height on it. Is it a corner kick? No, it's a goal kick. So obviously no touch there from the defender, or was there a flag up? I think it was a flag up actually for offside. Yes, there was. So the mystery of that decision is resolved. It was offside. Tall goalkeeper Jake Murphy. I always think that's the way you need them. There's Robbie McConkey to Joe Plumridge now. Got a bit of space to work with. Went for the rather hasty long ball though, and it was intercepted. Good step over from the referee. And Lewis Attry with the challenge there. Just got something on it but not sufficient. And Lewis back losing out there to James Olver. Now here's Lewis Attry again. Dave Oliver out wide for Ollie Sharp. Goes for the long ball. Joe Plumridge cuts it out with the head. Matthew Potticery back here again. Just can't get going at the moment, Highfield. And Callum Arthur's just got to that. He saw the ball floating through towards Jack Gunn. James Olver back to Josh Wood. Cross towards the far post, and it was Dylan Harris that was unmarked there. And didn't manage to get his header on target, but was the danger man there looking at the far post of Peter Crouch proportions is Dylan Harris. So you need a tall man to be on him when the ball comes into the box. Looked like a barge in the back there from Josh Wood on Lewis back, but got away with it. Here's James Olver. Spreads the play well. Oh, well, he didn't quite have enough on it though, because the interception there was made by Joe Edwards. Now it's Joe Plumridge coming forward. Oh, it looked like a foul there, but maybe the advantage played because Matthew Potticery got it back out wide. Joe Plumridge not quite having the room to get his cross in. Referee though has brought it back once again. So it is going to be the free kick here for Highfield United. There's always a debate as to how long you let play go on before you bring it back, and that was probably at the extremity, that one. Well, he hasn't brought it back. Well, I thought he was giving a free kick. He just wanted a word with the player. It's a throw. So no foul adjudged. It's a long throw. Just over the head of Matthew Potticery. Now here's Stan Tucker trying to make some progress. So Bradley Short's cutting out the flick header there. Now Ollie Sharp spins round, and it's found its way through to Dylan Harris, but quickly across was Joe Edwards. It's Bradley Shorts. Dave Oliver. Josh Wood. Well, the interception was fairly simple in the end. Matthew Potticery, though, had no room to turn in, but it's back with Joe Breon again for Highfield. Goes for the ball out wide towards his skipper, but Ollie Sharp has got possession. Joe Hennessy, though, is harrying him. Bradley Shorts can now clear. Not comprehensively, though, it's come back. Gathered, though, by Jordan Pearce. Dave Oliver here. Callum Arthurs. Ducked under it, did Dave Oliver there. Knew it was going for the full-back. Here is Josh Godden. Look for the return and gets it. Then it was a good challenge though from Dan Tucker. This is Lewis Attry. Goes for the long ball towards Jack Payne. He was outnumbered somewhat there. Joe Plumridge was present, and he's got the ball now. Switch sides for a moment there. On towards Lewis, back from Joe Breon. It's a good challenge from Dave Oliver. Lewis Attry goes back to Bradley Shorts. Here's Ollie Sharp. Did well to elude his challenger there, did Dan Tucker. Good move, got it out wide to Dylan Harris, but couldn't gather it in. Well, it was promising build-up, but petered out in the end. It's Joe Plumridge with the throw for Highfield United. Using his height was Dylan Harris there. The referee says unfairly. So it's Joe Plumridge with the free kick. Taken down by Lewis Attry. Sent out wide to James Olver. And he skates past Daniel Howland. Gets his shot away, but watched all the way by Jake Murphy. Saw it going wide. Well, these two sides have met already twice this season in the league, we understand, and both those encounters resulted in Ramsgate victories. So it's going to be tough for Highfield United here, but they're under no illusions about that. It's James Olver with a little flick over towards Jack Gunn. Put out of play though. I think it might be Callum Arthurs, but the stanchion for the stand rather in our view line there. Josh Wood with the throw. Now here's Josh Godden. It's a decent ball to Lewis back. Well, the idea was right, turned, but turned straight into Dave Oliver. Here is Jack Payne, and tripped there by Callum Arthurs. Takes the kick quickly. In space now is Lewis Attry. Gets his shot away. Well, again, it was good handling from Jake Murphy. Positioned himself well. The air from Dan Tucker. Now here's Joe Plumridge. Joe Edwards rather, I beg your pardon. Quite a lot of Joes on the field today. Joe and Josh, a popular name in the area. Jordan Pearce gets a touch of the ball again. Oh, and the bounce defeated Josh Wood. Didn't expect that. It bounced right over his head. A little careless, perhaps. So Joe Breon going to take the throw here to Joe Hennessy. Josh Wood has made up for his error earlier on and won it, but unfortunately gives it away with the pass. Callum Arthurs slots it through. And here's Josh Godden. Joe Hennessy. And he was just forced wide by the oncoming Bradley Shorts, who's done well to win it. And the decision is a corner kick. He just dragged it across the line. And they've gone short. Here's Daniel Howland. Unfortunately, no spectators behind that goal, so whenever the ball clears the perimeter fence, it's a bit of a hurdling contest for the goalkeepers. Now Jordan Pearce not taking kicks here. Not sure what the reason for that is. Is he suffering some sort of minor injury and playing with that, but not able to take the kicks? I would guess that's the case, because kicks being taken by Josh Wood. Here's Josh Godden. Jack Gunn out to James Olver. Callum Arthurs clears to Joe Breon here. So Joe Hennessy gives it back to him and slots it through towards Lewis Back. He's made a decent run, just nicked off him there by skipper Dave Oliver. Lewis Back to try and put in the long throw here. Oh, Scotson cleared away comprehensive in the near post, but Joe Breon missed his kick. It's Ollie Sharp with the clearance. Daniel Howland with the throw then. That's clever from Lewis Back. Was there a little bit of a push in the box there? I think there might have been. I think the referee has given the free kick. Yeah, that's what the decision is. Here's Ollie Sharp. Josh Godden. Matthew Potticery. Joe Hennessy. He's giving it away to Ollie Sharp. Here's Dylan Harris. Still going. And in front of goal, it's Dan Tucker. Oh, he just really scuffed it. He didn't. Maybe he was trying to find the run of Dylan Harris with the pass. Might not have intended that to be a shot, but made it easy in the end for Jake Murphy. Dave Oliver with the header away. Robbie McConkey with the header. He's in again. Finally the ball's on the floor after a lot of rather scrappy play there. Callum Arthurs battling away here with James Olver. Lewis Back jumps for that with Dave Oliver. Couldn't find the run of Matthew Potticery, but he has found the ball now. Matthew Potticery trying the turn. Goes back in the end. It's Robbie McConkey. Play on, says the referee. Joe Edwards. Ramsgate clear it, though, finally to Dylan Harris. And Robbie McConkey quickly across there. Well, just over a quarter of the way through the game. And still honours even here at 0-0. Signs that Highfield United beginning to settle. Robbie McConkey here, challenged by Jack Payne. Managed to squeeze it down the line though to Josh Godden, but it's back now with Lewis Attry. That's good play. Looks to spray it wide, but nobody in that vicinity. Referee has brought it back for a free kick again. There was a little nick on Lewis Attry initially, was there? No, it's not for a free kick. It is a free kick, but it's the other way. It's offside, I think. Yeah, that's the final decision. So the kick from Daniel Howland. Here's Joe Brion. Joe Hennessy back to Joe Brion. Now Lewis back. Inside to Joe Brion again. It's intercepted there. Then nicked away. It's Joe Brion. Bit of space here for Matthew Potticaree. We'll have a go. Struck it firmly enough, but managed to find the target with it. Header on from Dylan Harris. Jack Payne couldn't quite take it on. Here's Joe Hennessy, nice turn from him, and he's still got it. That's a good challenge from Lewis Hattree, but Josh Godden takes it up. Matthew Potticaree challenged by Bradley Shorts, but it's Josh Godden. Josh Godden was far left there. Overrun it in the end. Bradley Shorts. Taken up by Joe Plumridge here. Oh, it's Joe Edwards, I beg his pardon. Ollie Sharp's throw to Bradley Shorts. Josh Wood. That's cut out by Daniel Howland. Matthew Potticaree tried to set it up for Lewis back, but just too far in advance. Here's Joe Edwards. He couldn't turn his way past Ollie Sharp. The ball has gone out of play for the throw to Highfield. Plumridge with the throw then. Bradley Schultz rather, trying to get it back to Dave Oliver. He's under a bit of pressure from Matthew Potticaree. Gets the throw in the end. Here's Dan Tucker. Long ball. It's a throw again. Here's Jack Payne. Through to Jack Gunn. Plenty of defenders around him though. It's Daniel Howland now. So Jack Gunn got the block in. Callum Arthur's under some pressure. Jack Gunn has got it. Needs a bit of support. Couldn't find any though. It's Joe Hennessy that's got it back to Callum Arthur's. Went long with the ball that time. Headed on by Matthew Potticaree. That's a lovely turn again from Lewis back. He's through on goal here maybe. No, got his body in the way. Well, both Bradley Schultz and Josh Wood making it difficult for Lewis back to really get control of the ball there. There's Ollie Sharp. It's intercepted by skipper Joe Hennessy. Good ball to Matthew Potticaree. And another good ball for Joe Brion. Ball into the middle, not sufficient men forward, and it's a goal! Out of nothing almost there, and it was Joe Edwards that appeared and struck the ball beautifully. Well, Jordan Pearce wouldn't have got too much of a side of that. It was struck very firmly indeed. We'll look at the slow motion replay now. There looks to be no danger. And in steps Joe Edwards, and the ball simply flies in. So Highfield United, 29th minute, Joe Edwards gives them the lead. There's Lewis Hattree to, well, it's Daniel Howland now. Here's James Olver. He's lost out though, it's Joe Breon now. Bradley Shorts with the interception. Dan Tucker spreading it out to Ollie Sharp. Here's Dan Tucker. Dylan Harris. Well, there's a late challenge on him. There's Joe Plumridge. Just a little word in his ear from the referee. Well, they began the game strongly, Ramsgate, and allowed Highfield to get a foot in the game, and they've got more than a foot in it now, having got that goal, courtesy of Joe Edwards' superb strike, and good handling again there from Jake Murphy, who looks a very assured keeper. A flick around the corner from Joe Edwards, but couldn't catch up with his own flick there because Bradley Shorts was across. Free kick has been given here for Highfield United. Well, he got the flick on. Matthew Potticery tried the run at the near post, but he's not able to get to it. This is Josh Wood. James Olver. Lewis Attry just lost control of it, but helping him out was Dan Tucker. Ollie Sharp now. Gone for the long ball through. And it's Lewis Attry. Well, his little flick just going over the bar. I think wouldn't have counted anyway because he's been brought back for the free kick here. Callum Arthurs takes, but gives it straight to Dan Tucker. Now Dylan Harris. Here, Ramsgate throw. Ollie Sharp to Bradley Shorts. Robbie McConkey across there with Jack Payne. A little hemmed in, no room to get his clearance away properly. Ollie Sharp's throw to Lewis Attry. Harried by Joe Hennessy, who did nick it away from him. But Joe Edwards has lost out there. And Jack Gunn under a bit of pressure. And a bit of unfair pressure in the referee's eyes because he's given the free kick here to Ramsgate. He's calling Jack Gunn across. Perhaps it was what he said in his complaint leading to the award of the free kick that was all about. Can only speculate on that. It'll be Josh Wood to take it. Into a decent area, but once again rising above everybody with a decent piece of handling again. It was Jake Murphy. Joe Edwards out wide here. Try to slip it through to Joe Hennessy, but there is a little bit of slope on this pitch, and if you don't quite get the direction right on the ball, it will tend to drift out when you play it along there. Here's Ollie Sharp. Goes long. It's Jack Payne trying to get on the end of this. Callum Arthurs puts his body in the way and allows Jake Murphy to come out and gather. Well, here's Matthew Potticery, couldn't quite set it up for Lewis back, but another chance maybe as the ball's put across into a dangerous area, and it was Josh Godden, I think it was, at the far post there, whose effort goes wide. Decent attempt though. Well, Ramsgate seemed to be on top in the early stages of the game, but it's a much more even contest now. Here's Jack Payne. Looks for the early ball towards Jack Gunn, but just a little bit too much on that. Will he keep it in? Not sure he did. Well, he has. Still going, Jack Payne. But Daniel Howland's done a good job of relieving him of possession. Here's Dave Oliver. No, sorry, that's Lewis Attry. My apologies. It's out wide for Ollie Sharp now. It's a nice turn. Little flick with the outside of the boot forward, but cut out by Joe Plumridge. Ball came at some speed to Matthew Potticery. As a consequence, he just couldn't get hold of it. Here's Jack Gunn, nicked away by Callum Arthurs. And in there was Josh Godden. Bradley Shorts. Dylan Harris, little first time nick, but straight into the path of Joe Plumridge. Goes for a long ball towards Lewis back, but that was strong defending, just using his body and upper body strength there was Dave Oliver. And ball was it? Well, not given. Robbie McConkey got the initial header and the backward header to the keeper in cool fashion from Daniel Howland. Ball bouncing around in lively fashion. Here's Lewis Attry. That's a nice turn. Cut out there by Joe Breon, but he's got it back. Well, he had. Joe Breon again nicking it through to Josh Godden. Here's Dave Oliver. A long clearance from him, cut out by Daniel Howland. It's Daniel Howland again, under a bit of pressure from James Olver. That pressure is told because Jack Gunn, he went for goal, but Robbie McConkey put his body in the way there. So Highfield tried to make some progress. Bradley Short's header halts that progress, and it's now Ollie Sharp. Cut out again by Robbie McConkey though. Punted through. Joe Breon, well, he gave chase, he got there, but in the end Josh Wood just able to put the brakes on a little bit quicker on the turn. Robbie McConkey again battling away here, but committed the foul. Referee just wants a little word in his ear. Josh Wood with the free kick for Ramsgate. Well defended again. Callum Arthurs leaving it for Josh Godden to put the final touch with the clearance. And just nobody forward when they do get the ball away for Highfield. They've got them back in numbers and protecting that goal lead that they have as Joe Plumridge goes down and gets himself a free kick to relieve a bit more pressure. Always the dilemma really for teams, especially when you're a goal to the good. Do you sit back and protect that, or do you try and get another? Well, you've got to strike a balance between the two, but you can understand why the box is packed with defenders when you are under some pressure. But when you do get the ball out, you do risk the fact that it's going to come straight back at you again. Here's Daniel Howland. Just happy to get it away there. It's Jack Payne. Oh, sorry, it's Jack Gunn. Just mixing my jacks up. It's James Olver here. It's relieved Off the ball by Daniel Howland's challenge. It's a good ball through to Lewis back as well. He took it down neatly. He's making some progress down the right. And he's still got it, despite to the best efforts of Dave Oliver. And, got a throw out of it in the end. Or did he? No, he got a free kick out of it. So a chance to deliver a challenging ball into the box here. It's going to be Joe Breon that will be charged with that task. In it comes. Went for the low ball across. And it's again pretty well defended. Joe Plumridge looking to punt it back. Taken down by Matthew Potticarry. Goes for the long ball in towards the box, which is easily dealt with. Lewis Attry here. Oh, that's clever skill. Put it out to James Olver. Well, is Jack Gunn rather onside? He is. Looked borderline. And it's skipper Joe Hennessy back there helping out in defence. This is Joe Breon. Didn't look where he was passing the ball, and as a consequence, Dan Tucker intercepted. It's now James Olver. And the back looks to get his cross in. But once again, they've overrun it. Well, just under 5 minutes to go to the interval. And Highfield United here hanging on to that 29th minute goal scored in good fashion from Joe Edwards. It's Joe Plumridge with the long ball. And Lewis back with the run. Josh Wood here. James Olver. Inside to Josh Wood. It's cut out by Robbie McConkey. It's come through to Joe Breon rather. Neatly avoided the challenge. James Olver was the challenger. It's a decent ball to Josh Godden here. Just ran into Ollie Sharp. A little bit of ricochet, and he's still challenging for it, Josh Godden, but squeezed up to Dylan Harris in the end. And Robbie McConkey finally wins it back for his side. Callum Arthur's ball away from defence. Josh Wood. Callum Arthur's with the defending again. Not sure that's what he intended, but turned out to be a pass back to the goalkeeper that was not judged to be a pass back, if you get my meaning. Had it been, of course, it would have been a free kick. And this is a free kick to Ramsgate. Josh Wood takes. Well defended again at the far post. And the shot was from Jack Payne. But it was blazed over. Well, that inclement weather still hasn't come. It was forecast to be around about 8 o'clock this evening, and we're past 8 o'clock now, and still the rain holds off, thankfully. Dave Oliver punts it forward, and Jack Gunn rather, took it down neatly. Just nicked away by Daniel Howland. Here's Joe Breon. That's a good ball into space for Joe Edwards. Tracking back is Dylan Harris. Joe Plumridge here. This is Joe Plumridge working the space down the left. Was he tripped? Yes, he was. So free kick. Oh, Lewis Back is going to deliver this ball into the box. Just half a minute to go to the end of the half. And it was Matthew Potticery trying to get on the end of it. Now Joe Hennessy is cut out by Lewis Attry, but once again a bit of a ricocheting going on and leading to a corner. So a bit of Ramsgate defending needed to ensure that they don't go into the interval more than a goal down. Shouldn't be a lot of time to be added. Here's Lewis Back then with the delivery. Near post. There's Jack Gunn. To make some progress, Jack Gunn, he's still going. This is a super run, just nicked off his toe there. Still got it though, Jack Gunn. It's a good challenge by Joe Edwards with the interception, but still Ramsgate persist. It's Jack Gunn again. This time his shot is charged down. Joe Brion. And the whistle goes. That's the end of the first half. And Highfield United, having settled very nicely into this game, have a 1-0 lead to protect going into the second period. Ramsgate started the match as favourites. They certainly started in good fashion as well, but the confidence for Highfield United grew, particularly after they scored that goal. It was very well taken indeed by Joe Edwards. So at the interval then, the scoreline here at the Belmont is Ramsgate FC 0, Highfield United 1. The management teams will have concluded their team talks. One can only wonder what might have been said. Ramsgate won't be feeling too downhearted though. They will feel that they still have more than a foothold in this game. It started certainly very well indeed. Second half then about to get underway. Here's Robbie McConkey. Daniel Howland. In steps Josh Wood. So Lewis Back making some progress. No, sorry, it was Josh Godden. I beg his pardon. Matthew Potticery challenging there with Bradley Shorts. Joe Brion to Josh Godden. Back now with Daniel Howland. Josh Godden out wide for Joe Brion. Here's Joe Hennessy. Slip through to Daniel Howland. Now Joe Brion again. Stringing a few passes together, Highfield. And having said that, it was given back to Jack Payne here. They seem to have swapped positions with Jack Gunn. There's Ollie Sharp. It's a nice turn away from the challenge of Joe Plumridge. Joe Edwards rather. It's Ollie Sharp's throw. Referee just wanting a word here though. Bradley Shorts leaving it for skipper Dave Oliver. Spread out to Josh Wood. Dan Tucker's challenge, but it was Josh Godden that won out. Robbie McConkey. Joe Brion. Good ball to Joe Edwards. Was giving it away though to Bradley Shorts, but interception from Joe Hennessy. Bradley Shorts in again to challenge back. It's Joe Edwards. Joe Brion just about made the ground, but Lewis Attry just a fraction before him was enough to win it. Now it's James Olver. Lewis Attry. Dan Tucker. Ollie Sharp. Looks for the run of Jack Gunn, just too high for him. Josh Wood. Daniel Howland in well. So too was Joe Hennessy, but Lewis Attree has possession. Josh Gordon with the challenge, but it was an unfair one. Josh Wood then with the kick. It's into a good area, and Dylan Harris with the flick header, which just went wide of the right-hand post. Towers above everybody in the box, Dylan Harris, so a very good target man to have. Didn't quite work for them on that occasion, though. Dave Oliver. Dylan Harris. Down the line from Ollie Sharp. It's Joe Edwards that won the header under a bit of pressure. Josh Gordon here. Quick change of direction, but Bradley Schultz gets it away. Cleared by Joe Plumridge at the back. Ollie Sharp's throw comes back to him. Now, Lewis Attree might have a shot here. He tried to just set it up for somebody else to have a go, somewhat unselfishly, and then the effort there from Jack Payne. No, it was Dan Tucker, in fact, I beg his pardon. Dan Tucker it was. Apologies, don't know the players, obviously first time I've seen the players for this game, so just some initial misidentification will occur from time to time, but hopefully I will correct it. Matthew Pottiker in with the challenge initially there, then it's away by Josh Gordon. It's come down for Lewis Attree. This is Dylan Harris. That's a beautiful turn, got away from Joe Edwards, but then nicked off him by Josh Gordon, but it's come through for Jack Gunn. Looks to set it up. Lewis Attree, wide again for Ollie Sharp. Just miscued the ball in, looking for, again, Jack Gunn, who continued his run into the box. Header from Dylan Harris. That's hooked away by Joe Hennessy. On there by James Olver. Away by Daniel Howland. It's Jack Payne. Dan Tucker just hit it too far ahead of him. Allowed the challenge to come in. It's Lewis back with the throw. It's around a bit, and eventually they clear it away. It's Daniel Howland. Went for goal. It was a good distance out, and watched all the way by Jordan Pearce. Ball collected by Joe Edwards here. Not a lot forward in the box. Late run from Joe Brion, but no real chance of catching that one. Joe Brion inside. Well, he tried to find Joe Hennessy, but collected by Jack Payne in the end, and that's clever skill from him. Still Jack Payne. And he's still going. This is an excellent run from Jack Payne. He might get his cross in now. He does. Well, everything was right apart from the final execution of the cross. Dylan Harris had made the ground into the box. A good delivery there, and could have seen them with an equalising goal, but takes nothing away from the run of Jack Payne. It was an excellent run. Josh Wood did well. Here's Lewis Attry. Joe Hennessy half stop with the challenge. Daniel Howland should deal with this at the back. Oh, that's clever. Clever spin from James Olver. And it just nicked off the defender for a corner. Comes the ball, and it's away by Josh Gordon. Lewis back. Well, he was ploughing a lone furrow up there, and Bradley Schultz now has possession. Matthew Pottery with the challenge. Was he a little late there with that challenge? I think he might have been. Yes, referee has given the free kick. Here is Josh Wood. Well, amazingly, that didn't go out. It's a Ramsgate throw. Well, they've started the second half in the fashion that they started the first. So Jack Payne with the turn and cleared away by Josh Gordon. Taken down though by Josh Wood. To the box it comes again, and it's a tall figure of Dylan Harris again that got his head to the ball, but just got underneath it a little bit. That was from Dylan Harris. Cleared away by Joe Plumridge, but taken on by Lewis Attry, who's found James Olver. Back for Josh Wood. Went long with it, but Callum Arthurs with the interception. Joe Brion back to help out. A little bit of a delay. Just wonder if there's a player injured. No substitutions being made, so it's as though that player might well have recovered, because we're going to continue. Josh Wood with the throw. In space, Lewis Attry. That's a decent run by Lewis Attry. Did get his shot away. It took a deflection, but it came through for Jack Gunn, who at the second attempt bundles the ball home, and it's an equalising goal for Ramsgate. Well, it looked as though his initial effort had been thwarted, but he continued his run and got the good fortune in front of goal from close range to just finish it off. So let's have a look at the slow motion here of that. Here's Jack Gunn. Initial effort was a good save from Jake Murphy. It bounced just beside him though, and the continued run of Jack Gunn was enough to bundle the ball home. So 59th minute equaliser then. Ramsgate FC are back in business. It's Robbie McConkey there. Now Joe Hennessy. Here's Matthew Potticary. Couldn't quite slide it through for Joe Edwards. Bradley Shorts to Dave Oliver. Now Josh Wood. Jack Payne. Still going, Jack Payne. James Olver and Jack Payne combining well over there. It's Jack Payne on the ball at the moment. Defenders there in numbers. The referee's reaching for a card here. It's by no means clear who he's shown it to. Normally we would display a graphic showing you the name of the player that's booked, but it's a little bit unclear there as to whom the referee has shown the card to. Many referees make it clear by calling the player towards them and show it straight in the player's face, and that makes life a little bit easier for us to identify, but no idea who he booked there. Good jump from Joe Edwards. Joe Hennessy has done well here. Good control and a good run. Joe Hennessy finally running to Josh Wood, but Joe Breon was there to collect the rebound. Joe Hennessy again, a little nick inside for Joe Breon. He was clipped, but might have been allowed to continue because they got round the back there, Highfield United, and they may have preferred to have had the advantage there. The referee has booked. Who is that? That's yeah, it's Lewis Attry, I think. It's been booked, but it is a free kick. But all the defenders will be back in position now, so it's going to be difficult to try and mount a challenge. The delivery was too high. Oh, looks like we've got a substitution, the first of the match being made here. It's Callum Arthurs, number 5 for Highfield United, that's being replaced. And coming on for him, it is Adam Campfield. And Adam Campfield wearing the number 16 shirt. Joe Breon here. Here's Josh Wood. Dave Oliver. James Olver. Slip through to Dan Tucker. Still Dan Tucker. And now Jack Gunn. That's a good save and got it well at the second attempt. Did Jake Murphy. Jack Gunn has already got 1 goal to his tally and was looking for a second there. Sharp back for the clearance from Jordan Pearce. Here's Josh Wood, but good intervention from Joe Hennessy. The ball over the top was well read and well controlled by Dave Oliver. Bouncing ball awkward, it's Jack Gunn with the header on. Dan Tucker through to Dylan Harris. Joe Hennessy. Joe Brion with the header inside, but need to retreat to collect. It was Lewis back, and he couldn't quite get there before Dan Tucker. Long ball here for Jack Payne. Adam Campfield caught him there, I think. That'll be a free kick. Referee indicating that wait for the whistle. It's now delivered in the near post. It's bouncing around, and the final shot came through from Dan Tucker. And there were so many legs there. It was a case of pinball, and it's gone out somewhat fortuitously, perhaps, for a corner kick. So in it comes, towards the far post. It gets a header back across goal. Jack Gunn heads it back, and it's well taken by Jake Murphy. Good play there from Lewis back. He was very controlled. Ramsgate have won it back. Joe Plumridge though deals with it at the back. Jake Murphy to clear. James Olver inside to Lewis Attry. And it's an offside decision here. Robbie McConkey will take the free kick. The flick header was just wide of goal. Just trying to see who that was. Might have been Joe Plumridge, not sure. Or was it Joe Edwards? Joe Hennessy with the header there. It's gone out though for the Ramsgate throw. It's Ollie Sharp just waiting for the ball to be retrieved. There's James Olver. Went for the long range effort, but didn't deceive Jake Murphy. His handling the game was pretty safe. Header into the air from Bradley Schultz, taken down by Josh Wood. It's cut out by Joe Edwards. He rather dived into the challenge there. He realised the ball was running away from him, and he lunged at it. Feet were off the ground. Lucky to escape a yellow card here. The injured player is Dan Tucker. The referee has called Dave Oliver across. A shrug of the shoulders from him. Well, no yellow card shown to Joe Edwards, so he's perhaps a little fortunate. But it is a free kick. So Ollie Sharp just drifted a little bit wide of the far post. Jack Gunn is in the middle here. He's always running wide, and the challenge from Robbie McConkey. It's bounced off. No, it's gone out for the corner kick, in fact. So more defending to be done here by Highfield United. Delivered far post. And, well, it was Bradley Schultz with the header, but the bounce came up high for Jake Murphy, but he's a tall lad and didn't cause him too many problems. Joe Plumridge did well there, and he's still going. And he's still going. And was that a foul? No, play's not brought back. It carries on. Sliced out of play for the throw for Ramsgate. Dave Oliver got away from him. Joe Hennessy, the opposite skipper, with the challenge. Josh Godden battling away well there. There's Joe Brion. He's got some room to manoeuvre. Slops the ball through to, well, Matthew Pottery couldn't take it on. Josh Godden did, and he gets the ball back. And was he tripped there on the edge of the box? Yes, and a yellow card given to Ollie Sharp for that challenge. Well, it's a little close in. I always feel that you stand a better chance of scoring with these set pieces when the ball is a little bit further out from goal, but when it's that close in, it is difficult to get the ball up and over the wall and back down to cause the keeper a problem. Maybe the best course of action is to blast it low, hope the wall jumps, or at least finds a path through the legs. Well, it looks like there's been another booking here. I thought we had a little bit of a delay. So a player has been booked, but I've no idea who. No idea what for either. Well, it might be Lewis back to have a go here, just in consultation with Daniel Howland. The wall is built. And it is going to be Lewis back. But it's quite a task to get that ball over the wall and back down again. And he tried the blast, but it was charged down. And he gets another attempt, and that's charged down as well. Here's Jack Payne. Spins it around, but Adam Campfield is at the back. Well, referee just wants to allow another substitution to be made. Wasn't going to allow the quick throw. It's Matthew Pottery that's being replaced here. And coming on for him, it's number 4, Josh Howard. In comes the throw. And Josh Howard immediately involved. James Olver with the throw here for Ramsgate. Well, we've got another delay. I think we've got another substitution, yes, so the throw will have to be retaken in a moment. Looks like Ollie Sharp is being replaced here. Number 4, Ollie Sharp. That is Tom Newing, number 14, that is coming on to replace him. So now back to the business of the throw-in in the corner over on that far side. James Olver, good skill. Still going, gets his cross over, but he couldn't pull it back far enough, unfortunately. There were 3 men in the box. It could have been threatening had it found its way anywhere near the 6-yard area. Did all the difficult bit first of all, but it was just that final ball in that rather let him down. Here's Joe Hennessy. Joe Edwards. And straight into a brick wall, and that brick wall was Bradley Schultz. Here's Dylan Harris juggling it and then losing out. Joe Plumridge challenging. Here's Joe Hennessy. Clears it behind for the corner. We're leaning back a bit, Bradley Schultz there, just a little bit too high for him, and then it was he with the shot, but couldn't get it onto target, so another Ramsgate attempt on goal goes to nothing. It is they, though, that I think are now on top in this game, having scored the latter of the 2 goals. But it could go either way. It only takes a moment of brilliance for a goal to be scored. It's Joe Breon getting it out to Joe Hennessy there. Here is Joe Hennessy. It's out off of Josh Wood there for the Highfield throw. Be Lewis back again. It's probably going to be a long one. The fact that he's wiping the ball is a clue to that. And I think he's given a foul throw here. Yes, that's exactly what he has given. It's gone the other way. Away by Joe Breon. Now Bradley Schultz. Couldn't quite thread it through past Robbie McConkey. This is Joe Edwards. Bradley Schultz down the line for Dylan Harris. Run by Joe Plumridge. Flicked neatly into the path of Daniel Howland. Defending at the back, Tom Newing. So Lewis back again with the throw. They clear it away. Just Jack Payne was the man up front. And ball hit into James Olver there. But free kick has been given. Joe Hennessy got his foot stamped on. So Robbie McConkey to deliver this free kick. 13 minutes plus added time to go. In comes the free kick. And it just eluded Joe Edwards' run. Always difficult to take those when they come over your shoulder like that at speed. So it's back chasing here with Bradley Schultz. Dan Tucker losing out to Josh Gordon. yellow card has been shown here. Was that to Dan Tucker? Again, what on earth was that for? It's a bit of a mystery, some of these cards. Here's Josh Gordon. Slips it through to Daniel Howland. Might have been Tom Newing with the challenge down there, but it's a goal kick that it ends with. Helped on by Lewis Aptree. The path of Jack Gunn, who tried to nick it on for Jack Payne, but couldn't take it down. Tom Newing was falling over, and he still managed to get enough on the ball to do what he needed. And, looks as though a rather painful knock there for number 3. That's Josh Wood. And a free kick has been given to him. Skipper Dave Oliver will take this. It's Joe Brion with the header. Lewis Aptree back for Josh Wood. It goes long. And it's Jack Payne running onto it. Oh, and Jake Murphy, he almost lost control of the ball there, but he recovered well. Stretched himself while on the ground to just gather it in. Bradley Schultz up for the header, but through the back of Daniel Howland. So Robbie McConkey with the free kick. It's Joe Brion. He's out wide. Can he get it across into the box? He's got Josh Wood to bypass if he's going to achieve that. Joe Hennessy couldn't slip it back to the man that initially had the pass, and that's out off of Josh Howard for a Ramsgate throw. Here's Josh Wood. Oh, and it's knocked onto the bar. And Dylan Harris a chance again. And still wouldn't go in for Ramsgate. Oh, was it Jack Gunn or Jack Payne with the initial shot? The two Jacks similar in stature. Both wear the black cycling shorts underneath their shorts, so difficult to tell. Here's Jack Gunn now. Jack Payne with the forward run, but he was caught offside, so it'll be a free kick. Well, they came close there, Ramsgate, to getting a lead for the first time in the game. But it was a good save initially from Jake Murphy, knocking the shot onto the crossbar. Millimetres in that. And here's Jack Payne on the run again here. Doesn't quite get there before Jake Murphy though. It's Dylan Harris. Josh Gordon relieves him of the ball, and then is tackled by Dan Tucker. He's got it out wide to James Olver. But, defending there was Josh Howard. James Olver's throw. Joe Plumridge. That's a strange clearance right into the middle in the path of Bradley Schultz. And a little bit fortunate that there were other defenders back and in that section of the pitch, because could have had a free shot there, Bradley Schultz. It's out by Joe Edwards. Corner kick here. More pressure to be soaked up by the Highfield United defence. Now I ask myself the question, why would you want a tall player like Dylan Harris taking the corners when he towers above everybody in the box and should maybe be the player to be getting on the end of this? There no doubt is rhyme or reason for it. It's a question, I guess, for the management team. It's a long-range effort from Josh Wood, but he didn't strike it as he wanted anyway. Dylan Harris with the header, which has gone out of play. Jack Gunn relieved of it by Joe Plumridge. Here's Lewis back. Tried to squeeze the cross in. He's found. It's Joe Brion now. Tackled by Josh Wood. He's still got it. Forced out wide though, Joe Brion. He's done well. Joe Hennessy now. Trying to make room to get the ball over. But it's good defending in the end. And still the shot is got away, but it's gone high. Goal kick. Goalmouth action at both ends towards the closing stages of this game. We're into the final 5 minutes of normal time. Bit of time to be added for the odd substitution that's taken place, but other than that we haven't seen any stoppages. Here's Bradley Schultz. Joe Brion with the challenge. Daniel Howland squeezed it through for Lewis back. A good challenge though by Dave Oliver and Tom Newing. Just come down the line again here. It's Joe Brion. He's giving it away. Free kick here has been awarded to Ramsgate. A yellow card shown. Again, it's waved with about 4 players standing in the vicinity there. So. Permany one of those to see who that was given to. Obviously I think it was the player that made the challenge, but it is helpful to us when referees are more deliberate in their showing of yellow cards than has been the case this evening. It's Josh Wood then to take the kick. Oh, and good defending at the back from the skipper Joe Hennessy. That might have been going in. Jack Gunn that loses out there. Now here's Daniel Howland. Trying to slot it through for Lewis back. Oh, I think he might be offside. I'll have a look that way. Yes, the flag is up over there. He's just being told that he should have stopped when the whistle sounded, but he'll claim of course that he didn't hear it. It's usually the defence offered in those circumstances. Rather a long free kick which proves a little bit wasteful in the end. So is someone going to snatch a dramatic last-ditch winner here, because just 2 minutes, or under 2 minutes, plus added time to go. A goal now would surely seal it. Lewis Attry with the jump. And he's got possession. Lays it off for Josh Wood. And here's Joe Edwards. Dan Tucker. It's a good ball to James Olver. He's gone for goal. Oh, and it's bounced off the crossbar. Here's the tall figure of Dylan Harris. Well, Ramsgate have struck the goal frame quite a few times during the course of this game. And had they gone in, they could have been comfortable at this stage, but ball does have to hit the back of the net, of course. Sometimes you get the fortune and sometimes you don't. Header from Joe Plumridge, helped on to Lewis Back. It's Josh Wood with the long through ball. It's bounced all the way through in advance of Jack Payne to Jake Murphy. It's Dylan Harris squeezing it through for Jack Gunn. It's a good challenge from Joe Hennessy. And a touch of cramp here for Robbie McConkey, I think that is. It's at that point of the game when that can set in, and Robbie McConkey getting some assistance from Joe Edwards there to try and relieve the discomfort. So Robbie McConkey on his feet, ready to continue, which will be via a Bradley Schultz throw. Here's Dan Tucker. Squeezed his cross in beautifully, and it's palmed away neatly also by Jake Murphy. It was into a threatening area, that one. I think that's Adam Campfield with the clearance, which is intercepted by Josh Wood. It's a good run from Jack Payne, gets his shot away, and that's a nice save again from Jake Murphy at the near post. While piling on the coals in the closing stages here, Ramsgate. We're in the second minute of added time at the moment, as the corner comes in from James Olver. It's towards the near post. It did get a flick on, but it will be a goal kick. Lewis Back. Joe Hennessy, Lewis Back again. It's Daniel Howland, he's gone down, and that could be another victim of the dreaded cramp. He's still down as Joe Hennessy makes the interception there. Referee now going to tend to the injury, and Lewis Back provides relief this time for Daniel Howland. Still prevalent, it seems. Can't put any weight on his foot. As Bradley Schultz waits patiently for the signal to take the throw in. We're inside the 4th minute now of added time. There'll be a bit more to be added because of this delay. In fact, he's gone down again, has Daniel Howland, so might have to be replaced here. Going to have to be helped off the field. Quite a severe case of cramp that. Often you can recover from a bout of that and then carry on running it off, but not so for Daniel Howland, who's had to go off here. Coming on to replace him is Kieran Hunt, and he wears 17, so the third and final substitution made for Highfield. Here's Jack Gunn. That ball's just deflected wide of the far post. It's Jack Payne, I think, with the effort. Well, we're heading, it seems, towards extra time. Can't be that much longer to go. Inside the 5th minute of added time now. Joe Hennessy's header. It's cut out by Bradley Shorts. The backward header from Jack Payne. Dealt with there by Josh Howard, but the flag was up anyway. So Robbie McConkey with the free kick. And man's just come on there, Kieran Hunt involved. It's away by Josh Howard. Here he is again. Joe Hennessy. Challenged there by Josh Wood. Well, we're now into the 7th minute of added time. Can't surely be very much more time to play here. It's Lewis back with the throw for Highfield United. Headed away. That was Joe Edwards, and the whistle sounds for the end of the 90 minutes scheduled here. We're going to see 30 minutes of extra time. The deadlock unable to be broken by either of these sides, who both had their moments of pressure and their moments of opportunity. I think it's fair to say the busier of the two goalkeepers has been Jake Murphy. He's seen his goal frame struck on a few occasions by onslaughts from Ramsgate FC, but the only statistic that counts is the fact that the scoreline is 1 goal apiece as Ramsgate make their way across to the intervening discussion, and we will eavesdrop on that.
You push to keep on the last men. Them last two, they just had a muck up there, didn't they, yeah? They've been doing it a while, they ain't going for headers. Payne's had a header, and he's like the second smallest person on the pitch. Yeah? So we've got to keep going on. James and Dylan, you've got to be gambling, alright? We've got to try and get these nods on, because they're new players, come on, he don't look like nothing, to be honest with you. But if we keep working, Tucker and Lewis, you two just keep sitting. One of you can go, one of you sit, yeah? Let's make sure we do it properly. Okay? Their keeper. Right, their keeper, boys. Oh, right, listen. Lewis, go on. Boys, their keeper. What, how many shots have we had against him? And he can't kick anymore now.
This half, I want discipline now. We've had 4 booked. Yeah. And not one of them is for a bad tackle.
Oh, come on. Look at Dan. What do down there?
Well, put you off that one. You're Italian. You gotta keep your shape. That's all I'm asking you. Keep your shape.
The boys got the fitness on him. Come on. Go and score it. Come on, score it good.
Yeah, let's keep going. Brilliant one. Use the wings as well.
Come on, Phil!
And And so we attempt to resolve the affair then in 30 minutes of added time, or extra time I should say. And if we fail to do that, then of course it's the dreaded penalty shootout, an absolute lottery that is, and let's hope it doesn't come to that. But often these 30-minute affairs do tend to be a little bit on the defensive side and often don't lead to a resolution of the game. Okay, we're about to get underway, and we do get underway, and it's Ramsgate that kick us off. It's Jack Gunn, or James Olver. And this has gone. And it's a free kick for Highfield United. Robbie McConkey placing the ball. Delivers it deep. It's Joe Hennessy, I think, that got the initial header. Here's Jack Payne. I think the ball is, the ball has gone out. Deception there by Josh Gordon. Here's Joe Hennessy. It's a punching challenge on Josh Howard there by James Olver. Joe Edwards. Deception there from Lewis Attry. Jack Payne on the ball now for Ramsgate. Bradley Schultz with the throw. Straight out from Joe Plumridge. Flicked on by Dylan Harris, but couldn't keep it in play. Joe Plumridge throw. It's another for Highfield. It's a free kick, in fact, for Highfield. It's Joe Plumridge with it. And Bradley Schultz with the header away. Not comprehensively so. It's a good run from Josh Godden here. He's taken wide, he's still got it. It's a great run. He's cutting inside now, Josh Godden. They daren't tackle him, could have brought him down in the box, but in the end, maybe should have released the ball a little sooner, and he was dispossessed. It's Dylan Harris, but good challenge from Joe Plumridge on him. Still going, Joe Plumridge, a good run. And ran into Bradley Schultz eventually. So the long throw from Lewis back is what we expect here. Header away from Lewis Attry. Up jumps Josh Howard. There's Joe Hennessy. Might he get a shot away? Well, he's just taken a little bit wide. He did shoot in the end, but it was well covered by Jordan Pearce at his near post. Another case of cramp here. It's the victim's Joe Hennessy this time, I think. Sportingly getting some assistance from the Ramsgate skipper, Dave Oliver. He's going to be able to continue, Joe Hennessy. Throw in, gets us back underway. And the Ball just livelily bouncing across, and it was Lewis back with the shot in the end that he didn't manage to get on target. Rather sliced it. There's Dylan Harris. It's Jack Gunn, but Robbie McConkey polices him. Couldn't slip it past the tall Ramsgate man though, and goes out for the throw. Jack Payne back to Bradley Schultz. James Olver back to Josh Wood. Here's James Olver again. Now Jack Gunn, but he's offside. Jack Gunn was challenged there strongly by Adam Campfield. It's come back for Jake Murphy in the end. Lewis back through. And away comes Lewis Attree. Jack Payne with a shot. Saved well to the left-hand post by Jake Murphy. And Lewis back took a knock there as he was challenged by a perfectly fair challenge from skipper Dave Oliver, who's on the ball now. Oh, and here's Jack Gunn. Just taken wide by the challenge. A timely challenge and a good one it was. I think the challenger might have been Adam Campfield, but certainly a vital challenge. It's Josh Wood. Delivered in by Jack Gunn towards the far post, and the looping header was from the 21, the tall figure of Dylan Harris. He's had a number of heading opportunities, but hasn't managed to plant any of them so far. It's away by Dave Oliver. And Jack Gunn. Joe Hennessy. Flag up for offside. Josh Wood. Lewis back. Josh Wood again. Looks to switch it. Taken neatly by Dylan Harris. Good skill. And gets his shot away, Dylan Harris, and yet again they strike the, I think the corner of the goal, upright or crossbar. Take your pick of the two. Fantastic effort by Dylan Harris, and I'm not sure how many times that is that the goal frame has been struck by Ramsgate. It's too numerous to remember. It was that many times. It's Dan Tucker. There's Lewis Attree. Good composure. Back now with Dave Oliver. foul there by Robbie McConkey. He's done well, Josh Wood. It's cleared away. It's Jack Payne. Just couldn't get control of it. Lewis Attry with the header there, and he was just caught. So it's a free kick for Ramsgate. At the point of the game now where the fitter side should start to dominate, because these lads have been or will have been on the pitch for a couple of hours with solid play, apart from those of course that have come on as subs, so it will take its toll. It's good play there by Kieran Hunt. Couldn't keep it in play, but made sure that he didn't lose possession. Jack Payne. It's Jack Gunn, in fact it was. Jack Payne was the intended recipient, but it was Jake Murphy that collected it in the end. Now here's Joe Breon, but it falls for Tom Newing now. It's Dan Tucker. Dylan Harris, a first-time layoff, and gets it first time back from Jack Payne as well. Good move from Ramsgate and good save again at the near post. And the long-range shot coming in, and Jake Murphy has certainly done his job well here in this match. And we are going to be picking a BKVP Sport Man of the Match, and it's difficult to know whom to give it to so far, as another corner is defended and another corner kick conceded. And it comes from Dylan Harris. Good delivery. And here's Jack Gunn. Some tenacious challenging there from Josh Howard, making sure that he had nowhere to go. And as a bonus, he's even won the throw out of that. Dave Olver just, it was James Olver that just got ahead to it, but here come Highfield again with the long ball, cut out by Dave Oliver. And it's Dan Tucker back for Josh Wood. Just sliced his ball forward there. There's Lewis Attry. He's got it across to Bradley Schultz. Now Dylan Harris turns straight into Joe Plumridge. Here's Tom Newing, wide for Bradley Schultz, given no time on the ball. It's gone out again, and this time came off Dylan Harris. It's Joe Hennessy, Josh Godden. Cleared away as Dylan Harris leaves it for Lewis Attry. Now Dan Tucker. Here's Josh Wood. Patient build up from Ramsgate. James Olver now, taking the outside route past Josh Howard. And he's got room to get his crossover now. And he just shunned the opportunity, and Josh Howard got back at him, but he's won it again. In comes the cross, and he was just falling backwards, was Dylan Harris. It was a superb attempt, but he just couldn't keep it down. He had to just check his run and just step back a little bit just to make contact. And as a result, wasn't able to get his shot on target. We're in added time and extra time first period at the moment. In fact, the whistle has been blown. So it's the second period of extra time that we hope will resolve this affair. At the moment, the two players again having cramp problems. Ramsgate now suffering from that as well. That's James Olver receiving some help from Josh Wood. So the second period of extra time then is before us, and if we don't resolve it then remember it will be penalty kicks. They are very dramatic, but unfortunately not always the fairest way to decide a game. So here we go then with the final period of the match. This is Joe Hennessy rather. Interception from Josh Wood. Free kick has been awarded here. It's Robbie McConkey that stepped up to take it. Headed away by Bradley Schultz. Back in by Lewis Back. Here's Joe Hennessy. Lost out to the strength-in challenge of Lewis Attry, and then down the line for him from Dylan Harris. He was blocked off there surely by Joe Plumridge. That was Lewis Attry, and the free kick is duly awarded. So Josh Wood, one good delivery here, could see his side take the lead. In it comes, far post. It's looping in. Difficult for the goalkeeper to judge. Just got a palm on it and palmed it behind. It's James Olver with the corner. That's into a good area as well. It's defended away and behind for yet another corner. Good pressure from Ramsgate here. Will it yield them a goal? It's James Olver again with the delivery. Just dropping a little bit short of the mark that time, but here's Jack Payne. Back again for James Olver. This is Lewis Attry. Through for James Olver. Good challenge from, I think that might be Joe Plumridge, who's, I express surprise because he's on the other side of the field. Lewis Attry, oh, he lost sight of that one. It's cleared by Joe Edwards. Only temporarily though. Here's Tom Newing now. He's going to come right back. It's James Olver again. Good challenge from Joe Edwards. He too feeling a little bit of cramp as well. Administering his own relief. And now going to get some help from Robbie McConkey. It's a patient James Olver that waits to take the throw. Joe Edwards is up, so we'll resume very shortly. It comes, it's Jack Payne. Under some pressure there from Robbie McConkey. Jack Payne, he's done very well, but I think he ran it over the line in the end. Yes, he did. Goal kick. It's always going to be a little bit tight there. There's Dylan Harris. Good challenge from Kieran Hunt. Now Bradley Schultz. Oh, and a painful one for Joe Plumridge there. The ball just nipped up off the surface, and he's got a smile on his face, so he might be in pain, but he saw the funny side of that. It's Bradley Schultz with the throw to Dylan Harris. Back to challenge and clear it away was Kieran Hunt. Got the bonus of the throw as well by knocking it on to the Ramsgate man. It's bouncing all the way through for Jake Murphy. Josh Wood's header. There's Lewis back, jumping with Bradley Schultz, and Joe Brion in to help out. And they've got a free kick. Joe Brion going to leave this one for Robbie McConkey. So it comes from Robbie McConkey, driven low and hard, and in fact finds its way for the goal kick without anybody getting anything on the ball at all. Dylan Harris with the header. Bradley Schultz. It's Jack Gunn, but could get a touch on it, but that's all. Just couldn't take it down for himself. Joe Brion. And Kieran Hunt trying to find some room to turn his man, and he's got a free kick in the end. Lewis back will take this one. Give it in high towards the... Oh, and there's a challenge there, and it's Jack Payne, I think. And he's given a penalty. The referee's given a penalty here. Jack Payne on, well, couldn't quite see who the Highfield player was, but sure Jack Payne is the Ramsgate player making the challenge. Have a look at it again here in slow-mo. Over it comes. Well, he's looking at the balls, Jack Payne, but he does rather clumsily collide with the Highfield player. A bit of pushing and shoving going on the edge of the box here as the penalty is prepared to be taken by Lewis back. Needs to show a bit of composure here. This late stage, this could prove to be the winner if he can slot this into the back of the net. He's up against Jordan Pearce, but he scores, and Highfield retake the lead in the closing stages here with just 6.5 minutes on the watch remaining. And it's Lewis back that puts the penalty away. Well, are we to avoid a penalty shootout? Can Highfield hang on here and win this one? Slow motion replay of the penalty kick. It's a decent kick. It sends keeper Jordan Pearce the wrong way. And we know Ramsgate have the ability, so we can't write them off at this stage. They're well capable of coming back into this game. Highfield will need to pull upon all their resources. Here's Joe Breon. It's a strong challenge from Bradley Schultz on him. Joe Plumridge backs away there, but Dan Tucker strides forward. Josh Godden put a challenge in on him. He gets his cross in, and it's not cleared. But wouldn't fall. That's a free kick for Highfield there. The challenge on Lewis back. And a yellow card shown. Frustration beginning to creep in, I think, at this stage. Ramsgate will feel they've had the better of the play, but they find themselves on the wrong side of a 2-1 scoreline. More cramp exhibiting itself this time. Lewis back is the sufferer. Well, one or two contenders for the Man of the Match award. Everybody has played really well for both sides, but I think in the end, for some very sound goalkeeping, we've got to give it to Jake Murphy, but it's a close decision because a lot of other players have had very good games indeed. Joe Hennessy has worked very hard and tirelessly as skipper and directed things very nicely from that position. But Jake Murphy has been instrumental in keeping his side in the situation that they find themselves now. So we have to give the Man of the Match award to him. So we have a Ramsgate free kick here, but a substitution to be made before that, and they're taking off Dylan Harris. He doesn't look to have a knock, so it's a tactical substitution, you would think. Coming on to replace him is Jack Leahy. And he wears the 19 shirt. Anxious to get on with it, it's Josh Wood delivering the kick. Cleared away. Coming back to him. And some good closing down there from Kieran Hunt on Jordan Pearce. He got the ricochet. It went for the goal kick in the end, but you have seen those bounce off keepers and embarrassingly end up in the net. Josh Wood with a low trajectory kick this time. She's intercepted. Slip caused the inaccuracy in the clearance there, so it's a throw into Highfield. Going to be Josh Howard with it. Picked on by Joe Breon. Here's Bradley Schultz. And the run here is Jack Gunn giving chase. Joe Plumridge with him. And he's just forced him to take it out wide enough to go out of play. So possession back with Highfield United. Lewis Attry didn't quite bounce for him. In the end, Robbie McConkey commits the foul that gives Ramsgate a free kick in what is a threatening position here. It's far enough out, if it can be well enough struck, to find the net. And it's Josh Wood might have a go here. No, he elects to stand it up. The header came in, I think it might have been Bradley Schultz, but easily dealt with by Jake Murphy. So Tom Newing heading it back to his keeper. Here's Bradley Schultz. Dan Tucker. Foul given against Kieran Hunt for the challenge on him. And Josh Wood again needs a good delivery here. Just a minute and a half fact, less than that, just over a minute to go. He's delivering it low, but perhaps not the right option. Lewis back. He's giving it away. Tom Newing sends it back into the box again at the far post, and it's in, and they've equalised, and it's the skipper. It's Dave Oliver, but no, the flag is up. The flag is up. The disappointment is appearing on their faces now. It was elation. And there's the confirmation. The official on this side dramatically puts the flag out for an offside decision against Dave Oliver there. And he thought he got them back in it, and it would have been right at the death as well with less than half a minute to go. And that surely would have sent us into a penalty shootout. Another cramp problem for another player. This is another one of the Ramsgate players here. And it is in fact Dave Oliver. He's dismayed at the decision, a wave of the arms. It's not the best kick from Jake Murphy, but it's retrieved. And sliding in Bradley Shorts. Frustration still in evidence, and he gets a yellow card for that one. But all it's done is hand the initiative back to Highfield United and given them an opportunity to plant the ball deep inside their opponent's half. I'm sure that's what they'll do. We're in added time, in extra time now. In fact, the ball has been delivered long into the corner. No player to retrieve it, but it's still got to be moved away from there. It's Bradley Shorts with the throw. On the line he sends it. And it's well, Jack Lee wearing 18, not 19, as we were notified. Just a little bit of confusion there. It's Josh Wood. Takes the free kick here. Maybe a final opportunity. It's headed away. Back in was Tom Newing. There's Lewis Attry. It's absolutely crowded the centre field there. Lewis Attry again. Just too high for Bradley Shorts. Tom Newing with the throw for Ramsgate as they apply some late pressure here. It's Jack Payne that tried to deliver that into the box. Now Josh Wood for Tom Newing. It's helped on its way again. It's Jack Gunn, and then Jack Leahy, whose shot was cannoned into the legs of one of the defenders and went behind for a corner. Is there time to take it? If there is, it might be Ramsgate's last opportunity here. In comes the corner. Oh, and it's off the bar again! Well, would you believe it? It's happened so many times. And it's happened again, and that's the final whistle. Well, what a dramatic last-minute equaliser that would have been if that had gone in. But it's Highfield United here that have held on, and held on, certainly the case in the closing stages there, and they're absolutely delighted to have won this competition. They started the game as underdogs, but they've managed to defeat Ramsgate for the first time this season, having lost to them twice in league encounters. Highfield United then are those that celebrate. Ramsgate will feel that maybe they should have won it, and if they'd taken all those chances where they've hit the goal frame, they certainly would have been comfortably ahead by now, but they don't always go in, as proved to be the case here this evening. The weather did finally come in to greet us, and the rain is pouring down now, but no sign of the thunder that was forecast, so not 100% right with that. But Highfield United here are the victors, and there's the presentations to take in very shortly.
And the winners tonight, deserved winners, well done to Highfield.
Highfield United then pose for the photograph at the end with the trophy displayed, the floodlights glinting off it in the rain here. So we'll have a word then with the two managers following that dramatic encounter.
Sadly, there's always a loser. Dana, talk me through that. You must be disappointed.
Well, I'm disappointed. I've never seen a one-sided game, and I've never seen a crossbar and a post been so involved in one game in my life, and you end up a defeat. And I can't ask no more for the team I put out there. They run their knackers off. But that's football. I weren't happy with the decisions the referee made. I've never seen a match where I have 6 of my own players booked and at the final whistle I'll get a player sent off. Now, to me, they weren't I say 2 or 3 challenges deserved them, but to have 6 bookings in that game like that, been entertained. I thought it was entertained. I told you before the game started it'd be a well organised game, but that's football for you. But
yeah, well, the lads are heads down. How are you going to lift them?
it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. They've had a wonderful season. They've won the league. They won the league in January, and they've waited so long for this final. We haven't kicked the ball since the 26th of February, and to me, it's not fair. The other team, they had their semi-final in December, and they've had to wait. Why? Why have we had to wait? There's plenty of pitches, but we had a dispute with the Farisham, so we brought it over here. I spoke to Phil, and he said, well, I'll bring it over to Whitstable. And I appreciate what they've done out there, but I can't ask no more.
But in terms of football and spectacular game, it was a good game, wasn't it?
It was a good game. It was a superb game. But I would have said it would have been better if we weren't having so many bookings and the stoppages. There was half a dozen stoppages, and I still say there was 2 or 3 more minutes to be added on. But referee done the decision, he blew the whistle, and that's it. So.
Now, you was telling me that you don't do this alone. Now, let's bring your friend in here.
If it weren't for this chap here, one, I wouldn't have got here. He's given me a lift here. He does my paperwork. He runs my line. And his son's a quality player. And he's played tonight. So if I pass you on to Steve, he can pass you on.
Well, I think on that introduction, we must need to speak to you, Steve. What is your role then? What do you do?
I'm assistant to Dana. Yeah, I just generally assist him, make sure everybody's here on time and things like that. All the paperwork's up to date. Send the text messages out. Make sure they're all at training on time and all present. That sort of thing,
And what's your thoughts on the game tonight?
Well, I thought we dominated the game convincingly. We had a rough spell in the first half, but second half we totally dominated the game. And apart from, I think the ref ruined it for us personally. I mean, obviously, having bookings and things like that, everybody was getting et up. I mean, you've got players now, like you say, who've got heads down. It's difficult to lift them, and we just have to go away from here and just see where it goes.
Okay. And just back to you for the final word. What will you be doing next year?
Well, I'm stepping down as the manager. I've took them as far as I can. I've enjoyed this season immensely, but I've run another team and I can't communicate with both teams. So I explained it to the club a couple of weeks ago. I'm stepping down, and that's as far as it goes. But I just want these players. They've given me their heart this year. I just want them to move on to a different level.
Yeah. Well, I think that basically sums it up. They did give their heart. It was a fantastic game, and it was definitely an exhibition for football.
And I like to appreciate the groundsmen and all facilities at Whitstable. Well, Pucker.
Okay. Yeah. Hear, hear. John, you must be pleased with that result. Talk us through that.
I don't think I can, mate, to be fair. It was just a dig in. Like I said at the beginning, we're a small club playing against a big club, and we had a game plan. It worked somehow. No small thanks to the big guy in goal. Magnificent. Jake Murphy, fantastic performance. Yeah, I've lost my voice, shouting and screaming at them, get back. The guys were dying on their feet out there. But yeah, it was a good game. We got a result. That's, I can't really say any more than that. We dug in. We had a little bit of luck with the crossbar, but Jake was mighty in goal. And it would have took something special to beat him today, I really thought.
In a game like that, it is difficult to isolate one player, but from the touchline, the keeper was outstanding, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was magnificent. I mean, don't take away from the guys on the pitch. I mean, they literally died on their swords out there. And they do normally. They play for the club. And I've got nothing but respect for them, you know what I mean? Fair play to Ramsgate, though. It's a good side. They played well. They created a lot of opportunities. But at the end of the day, Jake was just too good for him with the help of the bar.
Now, their age now. Will you lose them as youth next year?
No, we play again in the same. We're under 17, you see. It's an under 18 cup final, so we can play the same league cup thing again next year. So that's why it's such a big achievement for us, playing a year above ourselves to get that sort of result in a final as well. Great, can't fault the guys.
No, well, it's just a spectacular game of football and good for the game, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. You know, I mean, we tried to play fair. We tried to play football to start with. We got very tired. The fact that we only played one game since the beginning of January, and that's including friendlies, one game. It's a big ask for the boys to keep coming training week in, week out when they've really got nothing to train for. You know, there's no game on the Sunday. That's why I think the league need to look at the format of the division as they structured it, because we needed more football. I mean, by December we had 2 games left. It was just over too quickly for us. You know, then we've got to wait from January to May for the final.
Well, funny you should say that. The manager of Ramsgate said exactly the same. I mean, that I don't think their last game was in December, they were saying. So, yeah, you're right, it does need sorting out.
Well, hopefully. I mean, it's never easy, you know, because obviously a lot of the games before Christmas, none got cancelled. You know, if you get a few cancellations, then obviously the season then elongates itself. But it didn't happen this time like that. And so we said to try and get friendlies, and a lot of the sides I try to get friendlies with are still playing in different leagues. And the other sides I was trying to get packed up. The under 18s had finished the football, didn't want to play anymore. You know, that was their end of their season. So we was like between the devil and deep blue sea. We had a few games against the Highfield men, friendly wise of an evening, which helped. You know, I'd say it helped, but they're not. There's no competitive edge to them. Do you know what I mean? So fitness wise, we struggled. I think trying to say getting the boys to come training regularly when there's no nothing on a Sunday for them to do. It's really hard, but we got the result and chuffed to bits.
We had 90 minutes, then extra time, and then we had the penalty. I mean, he took that well, didn't he?
He did, yeah, and he was dead on his feet, Lewis, to be fair. I mean, I don't know how I was sitting there thinking, I couldn't watch. Then I had to, you know, because you can't not watch, can you? You're thinking, oh, please go in. Once it got in, then we had the disallowed goal for Ramsgate when we thought they'd equalise, and it was offside. And yeah, there was a few decisions like that through the game, but my boys took a bit of a pasting as well from some of the tackling, do you know what I mean? They got knocked around quite badly. 4 or 5 Ramsgate players. You know, it was quite a hard game.
Well, I think in other games, that some of them would have probably gone off. But this is a cup final.
Oh, yeah.
The referee, it's their day, and he's leaving them on.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue or dispute that. You know, so you know, it's gone now. When we got the result again.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, that was a good advert for football.
Yeah, I'd like to think so. I'd like to think that, you know, people who watched it enjoyed it, and I know the boys certainly did. And you know, we're chuffed to bits to get that sort of result at the end of a final. We've been in, you know, quite a few semi-finals where we've lost on penalties, and I was dreading penalties, and no one wants to take them. No. So you know, getting a result like that as we did, fantastic.
Yeah, well done, John.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, if you come to watch a football match, well, you've certainly seen one today, and they're youths. They're only youngsters that were playing out there today. They give it 100%. It was a fantastic game. All came down to a penalty. But anyhow, hey-ho, 2-1 on the board. They won. That's football.